The Liberty dominated Game 1 of the semifinals, holding the Aces to a 96 offensive rating, and most importantly, did a great job neutralizing the unanimous MVP A'ja Wilson. What exactly was New York's game plan that held the Aces in check? Let's dive into it. All regular season long, the unanimous MVP dominated on the glass, ranking second in rebounds per game, and also has a scorer averaging nearly 27 points per game. Whether it's facing up, scoring on the interior, just anywhere mid-range, and she's just been nothing short of dominant this season. So for the Liberty, walking into this game, that is the main focus, to stop her, and then you got a great chance of winning. The first adjustment was Jonquel Jones on A'ja Wilson. Not only does the size difference help us on the board because A'ja's bigger than almost 90% of the league, but JJ is bigger than 95, 96, maybe even 97%. You also take away the post element of her game, just forcing A'ja to be a predictable face-up scorer from any part of the floor when JJ's Let's take this action right here. The Aces set up this motion-strong twirl action. As you see, Jackie Young's going to reject and A'ja's going to curl off the screen. But usually how she goes downhill, she stops and pops for a mid-range jumper, just not one to challenge Jones' size, and the length allows for a contested miss. Then on this possession right here, you have Jones and A'ja facing one-on-one in the mid-post, and Jones just sits on the move and then blocks it. A'ja just doesn't want to challenge the size downhill. And it wasn't just JJ on the ball one-on-one just locking up A'ja Wilson, because nobody can do that. It was a collective team effort, as whenever A'ja caught the ball, the Liberty would just concede 4 or 5 and just send 2 that way for a contest. Looking at this clip right here, A'ja catches it in the mid post and watch 1, 2, 3 defenders swarming on her, leaving good shooters open for an open catch and shoot 3. Let's take this clip in transition with A'ja coming down here, and Laney-Hamilton just pounces at the nail, leaving Chelsea Gray for the steal and then turnover in the easy basket. And this next clip right here, A'ja attacking from the baseline to the middle, and look, Chelsea Gray's just being left wide open. Nobody's guarding, just allowing Stewie to help and get a heavy contest on that shot. The Liberty elected to use Jonquel Jones and drop when she's involved in screening actions with A'ja Wilson, which provided some mixed results for the defense overall. Right here, to combat the drop coverage, the Aces are going to run some motion strong, and then it's going to fall into some horns action. And after Kelsey sets the chin screen, she's going to fall into a dribble handoff. But with Jonquel playing back, it just leads to a wide open 3 for her, and that's cash. A few possessions later, the Aces are attacking Jonquel in drop coverage again by setting up this ram action, getting her pedaling behind A'ja as she sets the ball screen. Look, all that space right there is enough for Jackie Young just to shoot an open shot. She missed, but you see good process. And when you have Jonquel Jones on A'ja Wilson, you allow Stewie to wreak havoc off the ball with her length and defensive instincts, whether it's getting steals, making the right rotation, helping the helper, switching, or even deterring shots at the rim. You just have an all-in-one chess piece to maneuver around with her off the ball. Now, the box score may do a poor job showing you how A'ja Wilson was held in check by the Liberty. However, if you really look closely, you see they did a great job just forcing A'ja and Kelsey to have a masterclass performance to overcome them. Even though they played solid, it wasn't enough. They forced the Aces to be a 2-person isolation team for the most part, granted with some help from Jackie Young as well. One person I want to give a lot of credit to at the point of attack is Laney-Hamilton. She did a tremendous job applying ball pressure onto Chelsea Gray, being a good helper, just blowing up a lot of the Aces' fluidity throughout their offense. And I think her defense had a lot to do with why Chelsea Gray had a 1 assist for the whole game, and she's supposed to be the point guard. But shout out to Laney-Hamilton because she played some tremendous defense, and I don't want to get that overshadowed. Right here, her hounding of Chelsea Gray has Chelsea Gray dribbling in a defensive stance, waiting for the ball screen to be set. And as she recovers back from that, she then attacks the nail gap because she just knows Chelsea Gray isn't a volume shooter from 3. So she helps off smartly for the miss. On the defensive side of the court, regardless of how you feel about A'ja Wilson, whether she's the best or 5th best defender in the league, no one defender with this cast can really handle the Liberty's offense. It's just too many pressure points and attack points everywhere that she just can't be everywhere at once. She's still able to show her defensive mastery and versatility and one-on-one ability to guard positions throughout occasions. As you see right here, off the double drag, she switches on to Stewie now after guarding Jonquel eventually. Stops her isolation attack, just forcing an idle pass and kick out. But as she sets the ball screen, then Sabrina has to switch on to her, but she just makes a tough shot. Or a play like this where she hard hedges the dribble handoff action, closes out greatly but doesn't get beat off the dribble eventually to block the shot at the rim. But more often than not, there's plays like this where Brianna just has a mismatch versus a guard and she's just incapable of helping because of Jonquel. To really put things in perspective about the Liberty, it's already hard for teams to overcome an all-star two-way big, a top 5 player that's a two-way forward, and then you have a top 3 offensive player in the league at your guard helm. And then surrounding all of that, you have the best space team in the NBA with the best offense. No one defender can handle that. Let's take this clip right here where early offense they flow into a drag screen, and right now Sabrina makes a power play and then kick it back out to your center for wide open 3. And let's look at this play again. After the early drag screen, the ball goes inside. Look, A'ja Wilson has to pick between Stewart or Jonquel to who to guard, and she leaves her for a wide open 3. And you also have some creative sets like this where Brianna's bringing it up versus some horns action. Sabrina set the screen for the downhill finish. I really like this sideline out of bounds action by the Liberty with the away screen flowing to some touch 77 action. And then with the bigs screening for each other, you force a switch and then look, eventually it works its way inside for the finish. Right here, the Liberty will elect to throw it at the elbow and then elect to flow into some zoom action. But with Chelsea Gray top locking the action, Sabrina runs off for a DHO, and once she engages A'ja, makes a pocket pass for the finish. The last action I'll break down for you is at the start of the game involving all 3 stars. So they flow into some horns action, and once it goes into Jonquel, they then flow into some chin screening action. But Brianna cuts in front of the face of the defender, flowing for an easy layup. After game 1, it's back to the board for the Aces with figuring out how to handle the Liberty, who put up a whopping offensive rating versus them. With how they rolled in the regular season, the Liberty are actually 2 games away, wins I should say, from being back in the finals. So let me know what you think. Do you think the Aces will pull this series off, or do you think the Liberty would keep riding that momentum to a championship? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with a friend. Holla at your boy.